are making birria in the kitchen. And this is a little shout out to Kathy who sent me an email. She wanted to know if I knew how to make this. Yes, I do, and I'm going to make it for you today, and I will get that on the website and you can check it out real soon. Anyways, the first thing we're going to do, now this is a really yummy dish and very, very popular in Mexico. It's like a Mexico staple for special events, usually weddings, any kind of special event that's going on there, people will usually have this. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do, if you want to come over here, I've got some chilies. I've got 3 different kinds of chilies that I'm using. And I've already taken the stems from them and I've taken all the seeds out. And what I need to do, I need to lightly toast these on my grill for like 1 minute, and you don't want to have the heat too high. It's just very little, and I've got some water boiling here for this. Anyways, I have some ancho chilies, some, I think you say guajillo, but I could be saying that wrong, chili. And then I have a California chili. Now, the traditional recipe, it calls for a chili called, oh, I'm going to forget it, cascabella. Anyways, they look like little bells. They are killer hot. And you know, as you know, I cook this food for my family, way too hot for my kids. But if you choose to go for that, that's the kind of chili you'd want. They actually call them jingle bells. They just look like little bells, and they call them jingle bells because when you shake them, you can hear the little seeds shaking in them, and they look like little round balls. Anyways, these just stay on here for a minute. I mean, really already, they're ready. So the next thing I'm going to do, I've got my water that I boiled. I'm going to put 2 cups of boiling water in here. Bring it over here to my blender. I'm just going to pour it in my blender. This will make it so much easier. These that I've toasted, now remember, you got the seeds out of them already. And you stem them. Let me tell you something really stupid I did today. So, advice, make sure you use sandwich bags if you don't have gloves when you're doing that step. I didn't have any today, I was all out. So I thought I'd be so brilliant, and I started doing it without. And then I rubbed my nose, and it's been quite a while, my nose is still burning from that. So, just a suggestion, do not stem those chilies and take out the seeds without some plastic. Alright, those are going to soak in there for about 20 minutes, and when that's done, we're going to move on to the next step. You that I had 4 ancho chilies, I have 4 guajillo chilies, and I had 2 California chilies that I was soaking. So that's important. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. Anyways, 20 minutes has passed. I'm going to turn my blender on now and blend that up. That's a minute and a half. So that portion is ready. Now we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to turn my heat on medium heat. Now I have 2 different cuts of meat here. I have a top round, or you can do a chuck. This is cut up into cubes. Now, this is your time-saving hint. A lot of times you can find this already cut into cubes for stew in the grocery store, and if not, you can ask the butcher if the butcher will cut it for you. So I've got 2 pounds of this that I'm going to put here into my pan, and I also have some beef rib, and this is another time-saving tip. These beef rib are boneless, and so that's going to save you some time when we get to the end because you won't have to take it off the bone. And I'm going to stick that in my pot as well. Then I'm going to add, get that out of the way. I'm going to add, I've got a whole white onion, and I'm going to use, you can hear my dogs whining in the background. They're in the laundry room. Sorry, pups, we'll be there in a minute. All right, 3/4 of this onion I'm going to put in there. And I'm going to save a 4th for topping on it when it's finished cooking. Ooh, this is going to be good. I also have 6 sprigs of thyme, 2 bay leaves, 6 cloves of garlic that I've minced up, And I also have a few more things here. Bring these over. I've got a tablespoon of cumin that I'm going to add to the pot. I've got a tablespoon of Mexican oregano, and let me give you a little tip for that. You're going to want to rub it together and break it up because that's going to release all of the flavors in the oregano. So make sure you grind that up in your hand when you put it in. I've got some ground pepper. Let's see if my thing will work today. Yes. Sometimes it acts a little funny. I've got a couple pinches of salt. I've got, now I can't remember, a half a cup of red wine vinegar that I'm going to pour in there. 3 quarts of water. This is going to be great. And then my sauce that we just made. And I'm using my strainer just in case there's any seeds or that I missed. And basically, that's all you do. We're going to let that simmer on medium heat. Now we don't want to crank that heat up, we want to keep it low. So we're going to keep it on a medium heat, and I'm going to cover it, and it's going to, let's get the rest of that. Those seeds are getting in the way. It's going to cook on that medium heat for 2 hours. And once we get to that part, we'll come back. All right. Okay. All right, so this has been cooking for 3.5 hours. Quite a long time. I had said 2, but you just really never know. You kind of have to watch your meat because you want your meat to fall apart. So 3.5 hours on medium-low heat. Now I've taken the meat out, and sorry if you hear a lot of racket in the background. My kids are running around. Anyways, I've taken the meat out, and you can see it's just falling apart. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to shred this up. Once it's shredded up, I'm going to put it back in the pot, and then it's going to go ahead and continue to cook for another 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll be ready to serve it. And this looks so good. I'm speechless. This just turned out beautiful. Now, I have to clarify a few things. Yes, I am aware that some people make this with goat meat, and I'm also aware that some people make it with lamb. But just as many people make it with beef, and beef is obviously going to be a lot less expensive and a lot more available to you at your market. So this is the way that I make it. I also, oh, this looks so good. There's also different ways that people serve it. Some people like to serve it with just the meat and not so much of the liquid, and then some serve it up like a stew. I'm going to serve it up with some meat and a little bit of the liquid, a little bit of the juice. I'm going to bring this. I've got some onion that you just want to put on that, some cilantro that you want to garnish on it. It just looks great. And Allie, my dog, and oh, hi Felice. You came to visit too? Come here, Felice. Come on, come up. Say hi to Felice. She's very excited about what we're making here. Oh, so is Allie. You're both very excited. And then I also have a wedge of lime that you can stick on the side and some tortillas. You must serve this with tortillas on the side and with these ingredients. Anything else you want to add to it, feel free, but this is the way that it's most traditionally made. And I hope you enjoy it. Send me an email, let me know what you think, and we'll see you soon.